I saw it's like you're up against this hopping you're up against this hopping torso that looks like it was drawn by Miyazaki. Remember that movie Laputa and the Castle in the Sky?
Yes.
Doesn't it look like the torso of one of those robots?
Kind of. A
Yeah.
little bit? Oh, I see what they want me to do. Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh, with those arrows, I'm just thinking of the speed courses from Spyro the Dragon, where if you run down them, you get super speed. I want to see Samus go through a super tube that just launches her out in ball form.
The thing is, you're not too far off of what this power-up's gonna be. That lets us take care of that.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Damn it, I cannot do JonTron's ooh sound.
I was about to say it. I didn't even realize that's what you were doing. I was just like, okay, save some of the enthusiasm for the rest of the videos.
I was trying to do his ooh sound, but JonTron is
Kidding me? We need the speed booster here too?
he is just a mastery of vocalization.
Yeah, you can tell that I'm just not used to this part of the game yet. I'm going into this completely blind like I've been going into the rest of it. So, what I said about new and improved gameplay, yeah, about that.
We did not promise improved gameplay.
No, I kind of did. I specifically remember saying, if I recall correctly.
Deny.
Now we get
Phaser beam.
So now we've pretty much got all the upgrades. Well, except for plasma, but that comes later. Now we don't even have to aim the gun properly, which will be
Victory
helpful for
by
these little
volume.
bastards.
Victory by volume. Victory by volume. There is nothing that cannot be solved without the proper application of explosives. Also, I am in awe
And if explosions aren't available, just grab yourself more DACA.
more DACA. More DACA than your gun has room for. And if your gun doesn't have room for more DACA, it's not a gun.
Alright.
Let's see,
Let's start off a new episode there. Let's actually, let me go retrieve my phone really quickly.
Yeah, check on that. I hope everything's really alright.
Well, also because I've got to, hang on. Good. We're good.
Oh,
Nothing's
good.
hurt too badly.
Oh, good. Yes.
Alright. So I've also got a stopwatch app on this thing, so I can keep track of our time from this point forward.
Ah! I do make a lousy time, Lord.
Alright. Here we go. Starting the timer in 3, 2... Actually, 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, I guess another compliment would be JonTron has amazing vocal inflections.
He does, actually. I think that's part of why people like him so much, or at least part of why I like him so much, is his sense of humor is really easy to understand, but it is not very easy to... Excuse me? Okay, for a second I was like, are you out of your freaking tree? How am I supposed to put a missile in that little spot?
Well,
So yeah, very easy to understand, but not very easy to emulate. Like, if I ever met the guy at a panel, what I'd be most curious about is where his sense of humor came from. Like, what were some of his comedic influences?
yeah, that is something I've been meaning to ask. It's something I would love to ask someone like JonTron, Ego Raptor, Spoonie, Linkara, Doug Walker.
Yeah, is this you inspired us? Who inspired you?
Yeah. In fact, I remember Doug Walker. He was talking about The Simpsons in one of his episodes as the nostalgia critic. How it really helped. How The Simpsons is where a great many of us get our sense of humor from. Especially from his particular generation, which is really just one before us. So
And I've actually, speaking of The Simpsons, I've actually got an unpopular opinion on the franchise, in that I still think they're worth watching. I still think they're funny. Like, I was watching an episode just the other day. It was one of the new ones, where they were talking about a character that never got its due, but he's always been there, like, right from the beginning. I think that was the whole way they promoted it. And it ended up being, this character was Moe's rag. Like, the one that he used to clean his counter this whole time. I'm not even kidding. And they told this grand epic story about how he had his birth in the Middle Ages, and he was involved with all of these ancient stories, like the 40 Nights of Arabia, or whatever you want to call them. It's kind of worth watching, actually. Some of the jokes are alright. It's one of those series, I kind of treat it like I treat one of those one of those filler cartoons you used to watch when you were a kid, in the sense that maybe at the most I'm not laughing out loud or anything. At the most I'm getting like a smile or a snigger, but I'm still entertained by it. It's not like I think it's not worth watching at all.
You know, Fnu, I'm in agreement. I mean, most of any and all grievances I have with The Simpsons can easily be summed up with inferior retreading of older plot lines, such as the many a plot line where Homer screws up and has to prove what a loyal husband and or father he is, when in reality these people should know what a good person he is. He just screws up on occasion. But anywho, that's just me as a individual. That's just me as a writer who likes to see things progress. But
it's kind of hard in a sitcom. Like, they explain that in Futurama. Everything's got to go right back to the way it was at the beginning of the episode.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically everyone.
It's what pisses off a lot of people with comics. Last I checked, is that nothing is permanent. Like, nothing has any lasting ramifications. And when things do have lasting ramifications, you can bet a reboot is right around the corner.
Or it'll be a change that no one really asked for, or it'll change that just upsets people even more. Exactly. I can see where that's. I can see exactly where you're going. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, so there is a way through here. Alright, I get it now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Team Pizza Plays.
Fnu forgot Samus's basic ability again.
No, it's not. I didn't realize that there were bomb abilities there, too. Now we got the speed booster.
Yay. I'm so happy. I am so... Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
That was a pretty abrupt change in mood. I told you this thing was worth it.
That was cool as hell!
All we need now is the screw attack, and we're pretty much good to go. We've got all the iconic abilities.
That was fucking cool!
Although, now that we've got the speed booster, I need to check something. I don't have enough room to do it. I wanted to know if you could still shine Spark in this game.
You turned into... Wow,
Just a walking vehicle of destruction.
Yeah, you turned... Yeah, look at her go! She's
there we go. Now I've got one stored up, so yeah, there is... Although I can't hold it for too long, it looks like. Oh. Aha. I get it now. I've just got to keep trying that. Just shoot at everything. A path will reveal itself eventually. Maybe that's why I keep getting lost, is I keep forgetting that that's just the way this series works.
There is no problem that cannot be solved without the proper application of high explosives.
There we go. I crafted myself a little bit of an opening, but that's all I need, baby.
Remember that show Kim Possible?
Who doesn't?
I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. Kim Possible. I loved that show as a kid. So anyway, So you know how we like to talk about, subversions and deconstructions here on the channel?
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
don't-
I think we've actually talked about this before. That episode where they are... Are you going to bring up the episode where they're making the movie of themselves?
Oh no, we'll talk about that though. So I remember I was lamenting in hell as usual from 10 to 7, and then I thought to myself, what is Kim Possible? What is she? Well,
Oh, like, who
she's
does she work for?
not just that, but she's a student, a cheerleader, a mercenary essentially. Well, a child-friendly mercenary, but a mercenary nonetheless, and also trying to be a basic average girl, quote unquote. When I think back to my college experiences, I found them exhausting. Trying to do homework, socialize, hobbies, exercise.
How do you find the time?
Exactly.
I guess that's the whole reason they chose her to do this in the first place, is because she has an inhuman amount of stamina.
Yeah, because when you think about it, see, a deconstruction, it does not necessarily have to be a bad thing. It just basically takes something apart and shows you all the components, like I just
Well,
did.
it's also a great writing exercise, too, because learning to spot the plot holes in other people's works helps you avoid them in your own.
Exactly.
It's about teaching yourself to look at your own world and say, okay, what doesn't make sense?
Exactly, and in doing so, you can put everything back together better than before in what is known as a reconstruction. But I thought about the deconstruction first of Kim Possible. So if we were to deconstruct the character, we'd have a very haggard, exhausted, possibly manic, and frantic individual. She'd probably be so exhausted from all the physical labor of cheerleading, because cheerleading's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It is a hard thing in and of itself, and the fact she does it almost every day after school, and then goes acrobating her way through death lasers, the girl would probably not be able to stand the second she got home. Her dad would probably have to carry her to bed. She'd probably pass out for maybe 2 hours before the communicator went off again.
Sounds like my line of work, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
By the way, a little pro tip for everyone out there. If you want to be self-employed, plan to become nocturnal. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh,
You will get nothing done during the day, because that's when everyone else in your life is awake.
Oh, exactly. It's something I'm very much learning myself. But, yeah. Kim herself would probably be greatly nocturnal because of all the homework she'd be doing, because the girl has straight A's. She's probably studying non-stop. And when you've studied long and hard and you're just trying to figure out how to keep things in your mind, keep them fresh, and you just end up muttering to yourself and you sound like you're going friggin' schizophrenic?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what Kim herself would sound like if you actually met the deconstructed, real version of her. It's like, hey Kim, minus square root pi cosine divided by hypotenuse, and Kim divided by square root a plus b equals a death laser's amount of output, but also Kim, are you okay? It's Kim is divided.
This sounds like a Dorkly skit, I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Oh, I love Dorkly. I've been marathoning by the way, so it kind of shows.
No! Ah, come on! And I can't space jump underwater. This bites, by the way. This sucks so hard. The fact that they make you walk all the way back whenever you fall. And you're just taking damage the whole time. Why would you do this? I've lost 2.5 bars of energy just failing in this room. Holy cow.
Well, it's still better than Sonic, where if you hit the lava, you're done. Unless you do what I do and hit the lava, get that invincibility frame, and just keep going.
Screw it. The game's not gonna play fair, I won't either.
Not just screw it, screw attack it.
Not yet, we don't have that power-up.
Oh, you break my heart, Whatthefnu. You break my heart.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, yes. So, speaking of broken hearts, so yeah, Kim Possible. Yeah, I really think that she'd be an extremely
Here we
exhausted,
go again.
muttering, almost a muttering psychotic. If we'd see a more realistic deconstructed version of her.
And what would you do to fix that? Let's go to the construction part, because we've talked enough about the downsides.
So then, exactly, so I'm glad you asked. So here's how I would fix that. What if Kim wasn't in high school, but rather in college and in the armed forces? Because they're trained to deal with stuff like that. You see, the cheerleading is what, the cheerleading in academics got her the scholarship to college, wherein she later would join the armed forces to get an even, better scholarship to college because, she's a brilliant girl, She, and going to a really good college would cost money. And getting scholarships from both school, high school and joining the armed forces would be very beneficial. So in doing so, she not only gains the combat skill to face off against supervillains, but also the endurance and stamina to be able to handle it. Oh my god, you're a robot now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's fucking awesome! That's so cool!
This was not in the original game last I checked. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's like that, it's gone. This is what happens when you get my hopes up. It's back again! Look at this little Miyazaki Batnik.
Oh, I see what's happening here. They're introducing us to the concept of the super missile before we've ever even seen it.
Oh,
Just drop one. Ah, okay.
Oh, the little kamikaze bots. Okay.
Well, I wasn't supposed to blow myself up too, I think.
Oh, I was about to say
Of course,
that.
now I've just made it harder for myself if I want to get that, what I would presume is a secret off to the side there. Unless those platforms come back like they do in every other part of the map. No, we're good.
So we're seeing how these weapons are made, and we're getting a demonstration of their power firsthand. Okay.
So here's the real question. Oh, I was about to say, how do I get up there? But I answered my own. Oh, I had to do both because the blade would have been in the way otherwise. Gotcha. I understand now. Because it stopped spinning the instant I did that.
See, now you understand, and understanding is a little bit of the battle.
How much exactly? Would you say around somewhere, maybe an average between 40 to 50%?
I'd say around 49.98 repetent, if you will. Almost, I'd say, much more than a quarter of the battle, if you will.
But less than 75. I think we're both in agreement on that.
Far less than 75. Almost a quarter less, if you will. G.I. Joe. Get it!
Yeah, it's just little short hops.
Get it!
Okay, we're good. Boom! Take that, buzzsaw.
And boom goes the...
I think that's one of my favorite little parts of this game so far, is just that little puzzle sequence right there. That was genuinely clever, and that wasn't in the original. The more I play this game, the more I'm starting to realize why other people like it so much, why they think it's one of the best fan games ever made. Because it doesn't just recreate the game that it's trying to ape, it makes it better. And that is really hard to do.
Also, this kind of adds to This also kind of adds to the universe of the game, because we talked about how the Chozo did the ball thing for maintenance and all of that. Well, here...
Hold on. We're at time, so next time on Team Pizza Plays, I'm gonna blow up this crystal.
Do it now!
Particle effects for the win!